guys, the number of young single men in America is at a record high. This is why. According to Pew Research data that was released this week, a staggering 63% of men in their 20s are single, which is almost double that of women.
I'm gonna be single forever. I just realized that, man. I'm gonna be single forever. And I'll say that, and some people are like, that's sad. It's not sad. It's reality, bruh. I'm gonna be single forever.
Third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. So my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys.
Yeah, so the reason why a lot of men are not dating anymore is because they have absolutely no reason to do it in the first place. Men who decide to go out here looking for their wife, especially in Western countries, are just asking to be completely and utterly screwed over. You have single mothers at a record rate. You have divorced women, you have divorce court laws, where the man has to risk absolutely everything. You have common law marriage, you have the risk of a dude losing his children, you have the risk of the kids not even being his. I mean, the list goes on and on. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, guys, 63% of dudes are not looking to date modern women anymore. So without further ado, let's get into this video from Horizon here. Absolutely hilarious stuff. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. And guys, before we jump into this one as well, we are still reopening rather the recruitment for Fiend gang. So if you're interested in making content, if you're interested in assisting me not lose so many brain cells and hair follicles, make sure you check out the link in the pinned comment. But let's jump into today's video.
How is it that I look like this today, yet no man wants me to be his girlfriend?
It's always crazy to me when modern women literally scream, right? Like they scream at men. Why doesn't a man want to do this for me? Why doesn't a man want to be my boyfriend? And, step number one would be to stop screaming and stop being an absolute headache. Guys, there are so many women these days that if you invite them into your life, I mean, dudes know this, especially the older fellas, right? There are so many women that if you invite them into your life, they're just a complete and utter headache. They'll do absolutely nothing for you other than to give you daily migraines.
Is this a serious question? Because women just went from saying they rather pick a bear over a man. So why the hell would men approach you? Or even look in your direction? But not only that, so many women have taught men over the years that all men are predatorial, so the good men of the world gave up. And it's so funny because women will constantly say that men don't listen, but now that men are listening, y'all are wondering where the good guys are at, why they don't approach you anymore, and why men are just simply not interested.
I mean, men listen. Men listen very intently. Okay, this is kind of like a meme that men don't listen, but men actually listen to what women say. And you know what modern women say to men? We don't need you. We don't want you. We're strong and independent. Or, something along the lines of step up and look after my kid, right? It's always some mix of either go away, we don't want you, or come into my life, hurry up, I need a wallet, right? Those are the things that a lot of modern men hear these days, right? Is they hear, we don't want you to talk to us. And the thing is, when men do this, right, when men say, okay, I'm listening, I read you loud and clear, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to approach you, men are the ones who get treated like trash and told that they're doing something wrong when the men are actually listening to you. It's very funny how this works, because on the one hand, men listen, and then they're the problem apparently, but if they don't listen, they're also the problem. Right? And what I've deduced to be the case, guys, is modern women, they want men to approach them, they want men to talk to them, but only the attractive ones, only the ones they find really attractive. The tall guys with tattoos and a motorcycle. These are the types of men or the types of stereotypes that they are interested in being approached by. They don't care if you're a man with good morals, guys. Morals are a thing of the past, unfortunately.
And why the hell would they be interested? They don't know if they're going to be the next subject of all men are trash content on social media. They don't know if they're going to be accused of doing something they didn't do.
Guys, sorry to pause again so soon, okay? But probably a lot of you guys in the comments box understand this or have been through something like this. But I know a lot of guys who have been accused of crap that they have never done in their entire life. Right? You have modern women coming out in record numbers saying, he did that, he did this, blah, blah, blah. No evidence whatsoever. And then all of a sudden careers are ruined, lives are ruined. Okay, there are so many, sport athletes and all of these sorts of things. Your regular average man is being accused of things that he did not do. And his social life, at the very least, is being ruined by it. Right? And then these same women are like, why don't men approach me? Why don't men talk to me?
They don't know if they're going to be used for dates. They don't know if they're going to be manipulated and then called a narcissist. And in this particular video, she's also asking why didn't they approach her because she looks the way that she looks. But the bottom line is most women are basic. There's nothing special to them. We all look the freaking same. So yeah, you actually have to come with more than just your looks. You actually need a personality nowadays too.
I mean, what this woman said right here is absolutely correct. I always find it funny because you have so many women who are like, I have to put on 300 pounds of makeup and I have to dress this way and I have to dress that way because, men want me to. But the funny thing is, most men are happy with a woman that she doesn't have to be the most beautiful woman walking the face of the planet. That's not what, yes, beauty is obviously important to men, but that's not how you get commitment from men, right? If you want to go out there and be physically attractive to dudes, I mean, knock yourself out, have fun. But don't be surprised when they don't look at you as someone who's, modest and who's respectable and who's wife material. These are separate buckets, right? But modern women don't realize this. They're like, yeah, more lip filler, more makeup. Men never asked for this crap. And then if you sit there and you say, hey, this is not a good strategy, men won't like you for this, they'll sit around and tell you that they do it for themselves. Come on now. That is just peak comedy, guys. Peak comedy. Do it for yourselves. Yeah, okay.
Nowadays, too. Okay, bye.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore. Due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out.
I love how women try and play it off like, oh yeah, maybe it's just the other women, right? I'm still getting approached because I'm different. They just have to sneak that stuff in, guys. I swear to you, okay? Every time you tell a modern woman something, like some sort of statistic or some sort of information, right? Which, by the way, wouldn't recommend doing. Complete waste of your time. But they always think that they're the exception to the rule, right? If you come out here and you say, well, I don't want to get married because statistically speaking, marriages screw men over, women initiate the divorces, etc., etc. The woman's going to go, oh yeah, well, I know, my cousin's parents, they've been together for 50 years, right? And it worked out totally fine. It's like, okay, that's nice for your cousin's parents or yourself and your unique situation, as you put it. But that's not what the masses experience. And number two, I think you're lying. So who the hell cares? Right? They always have to be the exception to the rule, don't they?
Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm going to just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me.
Guys, look, I see the place that this is coming from, okay? But if you're a woman and you're single and you have to approach dudes, something is wrong. Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. Okay, also, I don't know why this woman is apologizing, right? If she's sitting here saying that you've done nothing wrong and you don't cuss dudes out for approaching you, there's no need to apologize on behalf of somebody. That I've always found that to be incredibly stupid. Like, yeah, let me just apologize on behalf of my gender. Like, if you're not doing this crap, then you have no reason to apologize, all right? But yeah, absolutely ridiculous stuff here, right? If you're a woman and you have to approach dudes, or you have to go to singles events, or you have to get a matchmaker, the game is already over. You might as well just, re-roll your stats at that point. Just go back to the beginning. Something has messed up because it's not right, right? Because women inherently have options, guys. As much as they want to pretend that they don't and that their dating life is so difficult, no. Their dating life is incredibly easy. It's just that their standards keep them single, right? So if you're still single and you're like 25, my question is, what are you doing, right? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Because the conclusion there is you've just been engaging in hookup culture, which is fine. Hey, go do what you want. But don't be surprised when no dude wants to date you after that.
And see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, "Excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy," I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
No, thank you. Right? And because this is what happens to dude, right? Even if a dude doesn't come up to you and say this, oftentimes men will just get labeled as creepy. Right? No, thank you. Just no is the answer. Go back to making TikToks and these sorts of things. Leave men alone, honestly.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore, don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you.
You know what's funny? The funny part about this is that this woman doesn't realize that when a man puts in everything, he gets treated like trash. Right? And these women will say to that response, here's what they'll say to what I just said. They'll say, well, it's the same for women too. Right? Women get treated like trash when they put in all the effort. You know what the difference is? The difference is who the women are selecting. Men can choose an average woman as an average man, like her a lot, put in a lot of effort, and get treated like trash. The reason why the women get treated like trash is because the men that you're chasing never wanted you in the first place. Right? And you might say, well, that's the same case for men, right? But the thing is, one is realistic and one is unrealistic. Men can have realistic standards for what they want out of a woman and still get treated like garbage, right? Women will have the most unrealistic expectations, get treated like garbage, and then complain. You see how one lives in reality and then the other one doesn't? These are not the same things. Okay, and let's be honest about it, guys, right? A lot of these women, if you ask them about their past boyfriends or men that they're highly interested in, these guys don't like these women at all. They're not trying to chase them. They're not trying to put in effort out on dates or pay for things or any of this kind of nonsense, right? They're not trying to be traditional. So you expect men to be traditional after you've spent your entire life chasing non-traditional men. You see, this is where the logic doesn't really add up, right? Dudes are going to see this and they're going to say, no, thank you. Continue chasing Chad. I'm not interested.
When did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first.
Yeah, you know what the difference is? You're not your mother. That's the difference. Guys, like, let's be real about this, okay? The women these days are not the same as their parents. Let me give you a prime example of this, okay? Back in the day, right, if you look at a lot of the older couples who have been together for a long period of time, you don't have the women of those couples going out with their girlfriends for girls' nights out. You don't have those women calling their husbands insecure when she wants to go hang out with her guy friends. Hell, they don't even have guy friends. Okay? There's a very, very different quality of woman these days than what there used to be. Right? And this is why a lot of the chivalry has gone away. It's because women don't understand that this chivalry, it was a privilege. It was part of a trade. Men were chivalrous. They brought tradition to the table, and the women were also traditional. Guys don't want non-traditional women or girlfriends. And even if they do, my money is on the fact that it will never ever last. Okay, but these women, they don't get that. You're not the same as your mother. If you've got guy friends, if you're recording TikToks, you're not like your mother. You've got an Instagram profile with bikini photos on it, anywhere on the profile, you're not like your mother. But these women want the same treatment that their mothers got and their grandparents got, right?
My parents met. They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance. My mom was like, "Get out of here." She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gotten married. They would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, "What do I have to do to take you out on a date?"
Yeah, see, trying to get that persistence out of men these days, absolutely not. I mean, this woman can barely get the persistence out of me currently to cover this damn video, right? Guys, I couldn't imagine a worse use to my day than taking these women out on dates. I just can't. I don't want to be doing it. No dude wants to be doing this, right? And, you know, you tell men these days that, hey, no, I'm not interested in you. I don't like you. You know what we're going to do? We're going to say, okay, not a problem. Not going to approach you again. Not going to talk to you again. No problem. Not number one, because I listen to you, right? And apparently respecting and listening to women these days is a bad idea. Even if you give these women what they want, guys, right? Respecting women is bad, apparently, right? So if you respect them and you listen to them, it's a problem. But then here's the thing. If you continue and you persist these days, you're going to have a lawsuit on your case, right? You're going to be taken down to the local courtroom and you're going to be spoken to rather sternly. Or at the very least, you're going to end up in some hot water because one of these women is going to call you creepy, or she's going to tell her friends that you're creepy, and then all of a sudden, good luck to you, my friend. So when women these days say, hey, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want a man to approach me, you know, that's not a problem. Men hear that and they say, okay, that's the way it is, fine. Because not only do I have to pursue you, if I pursue you, what I'm potentially also pursuing is a court case. So no thanks.
She was working late their first day, so he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just planned the whole thing.
Because if a man persisted like that in today's dating world, he would at the very least be called a creep. And at the worst, he'd be going to jail. That is the reality that a lot of men face. So that in combination with the fact that women are not really reciprocating effort and they're not treating men very well right now, there is a large group of men that are saying that it's just not worth it.
I mean, guys, right? If you think that we're talking nonsense here, if you think that I'm not even animated today, goodness. You know, if you think we're just talking nonsense here, a lot of these men who are walking away and things like this, and we say that chivalry isn't appreciated anymore. Guys, I mean, go give a woman flowers these days. A lot of the times, she's just going to think that you're a creep. Unless you're attractive to the woman, you try and do chivalry for the modern woman, and it's like you're trying to mix oil and water. A lot of them will just look at you like you're weird. They'll look at you like you're creepy. They'll tell their friends and laugh about it. I mean, you know, why on earth would dudes go out here and do these things? And women will continue to say that they want these things, by the way, guys, but I just want to stipulate, they only want these things from the men who are attractive, right? All of the romance gestures and everything, they want these things, but they want it from the highly attractive guy who has an awful personality anyway. That's who they want it from. Then it'll be, you know, then she'll tolerate it, right? But the funny thing is, these guys, by doing this, by giving them what they want, they just end up getting bored and going and chasing another dude anyway. Or if they do, you know, manage to go through with that, the man is succeeding in spite of, right? He could have gotten, you know, he could have had bedroom fun with that woman 1,000 times without buying her flowers a single damn time if she's attracted to him. You see what I'm saying? Complete waste of time for dudes.
And they would say that women have asked for it. They have asked men to leave them alone. So guess what, ladies? They're leaving you alone alone.
Hey, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, that's not happening.
I think every man knows what this means. Oh, I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm not that type of girl. I mean, the list goes on and on. I can't be bothered listing them, but let's be real about it. This woman is talking nonsense.
I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, that's not happening. And he was like, that's totally fine. Just come over. And I was like, cool. So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, are you gay? Like, what? And like, I just wanted him to like try, and then for me to be like, no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys, when I say that this is just a court case waiting to happen. So you say no to the man before anything even happens. He respects you and listens to you, and then you're frustrated at him for not wanting to catch a court case and not listen to what you have to say. I mean, guys, this is modern women in a nutshell. This is why men don't listen to you. Like, straight up, guys, this is why men would rather, and I'm not saying this is correct, guys. I don't have, all the right opinions or anything like this, but this is why men would rather listen to an animated, hell, I'm not even animated today, a random vampire cartoon man on the internet than to listen to you. And that is downright shameful. That is a very low bar, okay? Not to say that the artist didn't do a great job, but guys, I mean, come on. You want men to listen to you. You want men to take you seriously, and this is exactly why they can't. I mean, it just speaks for itself, doesn't it?
I wasn't going to sleep with him, but I feel ugly.
You're a little bit ugly. I'm not going to have to cut that from the video. We're fine.
I'm 19.
Right, so first of all, YouTube, before you get mad at me, she said it first. Second of all, so this woman's self-esteem is shattered because the man listened to her. Isn't that insane to think about, guys? Like, this just throws off my commentary of the videos because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking there's no way that somebody can be this clinically insane yet expect people to still take them seriously. Like, guys, imagine if this was your future wife, your future girlfriend or something like this, and you saw her making videos like this. Like, screw dating that. Why on earth would you want to date that? But guys, I think, maybe we'll play one more clip here and see what this woman says. This looks particularly atrocious. Let's take a listen.
I'm 19 years old. I've never had a boyfriend, but what I do have is a 30-page list full of qualifications and standards said person has to meet.
Okay, no, I actually, on second thought, guys, I think we're just done with the video. I think that's enough. All right, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to check out as well if you're interested in becoming a Fiend Gang content creator. Don't forget to check out the link in the pinned comment. Help me save some hair follicles and some brain cells. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. I am going to go to the gym. Goodbye.